Hello everyone. Tonight, we're gonna be playing Entwined. This is one of my favorite games ever. It came out, I believe, in 2014 or 2015. So, it's actually been 10 years since I first played this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love the soundtrack. I love the little narrative they have going. The animation, the art style. It's a very simple game where it really is, I guess, close to a rhythm game. You're not really following a beat or anything. We're gonna go ahead and see the gameplay in just a second. But this game really means a lot to me. I don't know, it's sort of meditative. Very relaxing, chill. During a time of my life that was actually pretty, I don't know, chaotic, if you will. We've all been there. We're gonna go ahead and start in just a sec. Let's see if options are cool. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll share more as we go. So I have completed this game. Again, this was a bit ago. So it'll be nice to just go ahead and relive this. The first lifetime. Man, just everything about this. I remember, this was back when I was in high school. Alright, so, little rundown. The left joystick on my PS4 is controlling the orange fish. The right joystick will be the blue bird. Looks like the goal of the game is to collect little orbs while also not missing, I guess, our little gateways. And that's pretty much the goal of the game. The green ones mean that you have to go together. And if we miss some, we do get hurt. We gotta kind of reclimb our way back. But look at this animation, or just this art style. Every lifetime or level, if you will, it's like a different biome. In this sense, I definitely see underwater, where like the first level is all about birth. The way I took this game is very, the stages of a relationship, if you will. Or it doesn't even have to be romantic, but just any, whether it's familial or a friend, even a rival. This is the birth of something new. Of course, the gameplay does get a little bit more complicated as you go, but this is just a chill time. See, we're almost finished too. Our bars are almost filled at the top. What initially got me into this game, I was kind of just scrolling around the PlayStation Store, and I saw they had like a tab for indie games. Plenty of them there, and something about the screenshots of this game really stood out to me. It felt very ethereal. Kind of reminded me of like PS1 Spyro aesthetic. See, I'm a bit rusty. We're almost there. I'm gonna have a little treat at the end of this level. And yeah, I just really appreciated. Okay, here we go. This is actually the climactic part of each level. If we miss, we have to kind of start over a bit, oh, there we go. Heck yeah. There's our green dragon. So at the end of every level, our bird and our fish fuse together. Let's see if I remember how to do certain tricks. That's right. L2 is to kind of swim around. Little whirlwind with R2. Cartwheel, I mean. And this is basically... Oh, my bad. There's a little plane passing by. There's a lot of planes. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a tiny sec before I press L1. But look, see, I guess the symbolism is that we're underwater. So yeah, the base of this game, there are 9 levels, 9 lifetimes you have to go through. By the way, 9 is my favorite number, so it just kind of fit in character for me. At the end of every level, we turn into this green dragon that's fused together, and we have to just kind of get the rest of our orbs. To be honest, I know I'm kind of treading a little bit here, but most of my enjoyment of this game is just admiring the environments, the music. But let's keep on going. Gotta show you guys everything. Woof! I love this part. Let's do a little cartwheel. Yeah. Leaving a little rainbow footprint here. And off we go into the light to our next lifetime. The little particles. It truly is a beautiful game. Second lifetime. So let's go ahead and try to guess which biome each one will be. So this looks a bit more fire, perhaps? Or wood. I mean, based off the planks that we're going through, it kind of gives us a clue. I am curious with how the inspiration for this game came about. Because if I remember correctly, this was actually... Oh, look at this. Went a bit too quick there. If I remember correctly, this was actually a university assignment. It was a group of students that made this game for, like, I don't know, their final. I'd have to search it up again. But hey, I mean, if this is your final, that's one heck of a ride at school. Well done to everyone who worked on this game. And I mean, the soundtrack, I still listen to this day. I'd have to search up the composer again. This little part in the soundtrack, my cousin always reminded me it sounded like Kingdom Hearts a little bit. Shout out to Danny. And I'm trying to think of other, like, maybe 2000s rhythm games. Not even necessarily rhythm games, but just things that remind me of these visuals. Because, I mean, I remember there was Kinetica. That might have been it. It was like a motorcycle game. Or like a racing game, but with, like, futuristic robots. Jet Set Radio, I loved as well. I'm sure there's tons. Here we go, off to our second. Woo! I feel like I'm in Star Wars. And look, this looks like a little carnival date. Like a good memory. Right, look at the colors. This looks like a road. Maybe the cars and the passing, like it's like a city. Maybe a roller coaster. I love how abstract everything is. And it reminds, like, every ending of each level kind of reminds me of, like, I mean, it's trying to express the emotions from each memory, right? It feels like a dream. So this feels very innocent, very youthful. We're almost there. There we are. Very lively. Right in the center. You know, that was just a recent meme going around. How every... Oh wait, I just want to see the particles really quick. Little fairies. Orange. Green, you see those little... fireflies, perhaps? Alright, off we go. Yeah, the meme of, like, no matter what artist you are, what band, everyone has to sing Caught in the Middle the same way. Caught in the Middle. Linkin Park just had their recent album. This is Ice, Frozen. This might mean they are growing distant. The relationship's a little colder. If I remember correctly, 3 and 5 are the cold ones. Level 3 and 5. Oh, Coldplay was also one. Caught in the middle. Interesting how, you know what's come back this year? I don't know how to pronounce it. Fruiter Arrow? It's a very particular Y2K aesthetic. Oh god, I'm doing pretty bad on this, aren't I? And I personally love that aesthetic. It's very, you know, whether it's Windows or Apple, I forget, but there was a particular aesthetic in the 2000s that was very ocean, tropical, but fantastical. You know, like what you pictured something tropical, but like in the like futuristic century from now. Notice how there's no green ones in this level. They never meet together. That's how cold it is. There's green in the center. You can carefully see. They want to be together. But they must be far apart. It's something they have to go through. I guess we all need some time on our own sometimes. That's when we really learn about ourselves. I don't know. I mean, that's totally true. For a while there, I can kind of confess a little bit, embarrassingly. Whenever I was with a partner, we would separate. I would almost have another partner not immediately, but like soon after, I never really spent time completely on my own for a while. And I think I really needed that. It was when I had those years on my own where I truly did learn more about myself or the path of self-improvement. Obviously, I'm not going to get too into that. I'm not trying to be all that, people can go overboard sometimes. But, I found myself. I hope. In the best of ways. But obviously, that's something you never really stop in life, right? You never stop learning. This is definitely one of my favorite little areas. I love doing little cartwheels. Where do we end off? Look at those butterflies. Let's go deep dive. Woo! Let's do it. Heck yeah. And we're making good time. We're a third of the way of this game. I do intend this on being a full one-shot Let's Play. 4th lifetime. Could this be fire? Lava. Those kind of reminded me of the Tangled lanterns. Oh, this feels more wood, actually. This feels more wood than level 2. Or maybe canyon type. But yeah, it's interesting how, we obviously have trends of nostalgia, right? Because for the past few years, it has been the 80s. That has been the main. Oh no, I'm doing terrible. Like, it's been, whether we like it or not, with generations, yeah, Gen Z is kind of a popular demographic, but we recently just ended the Gen X trend, or they were kind of the biggest demographic recently because everything has been retreads of the 80s. Stranger Things, even music has been going back to the 80s. But I feel like now we're starting to go into the 90s and 2000s. Which is more millennial. And I do believe millennials are the target demographic right now. Pokemon, I feel like, has been bigger than ever. Emo music, or like, maybe not emo music, but I forget the name of the, Warp Zone, is it? That type of music is making a comeback. Warp Tour, my bad, of course. MGMT, Phoenix, Daft Punk. So obviously, those types of trends are going to be making a comeback. Which is why I'm totally embracing is a Fruitiger arrow. Fruitiger? Like Destiny Islands and Kingdom Hearts, or the overall aesthetic of Final Fantasy X. Shout out to Adam, by the way, he was streaming that for me. For a lot of this year. I've never played a Final Fantasy game before, and I've heard the theory by MadPat that I'll have to be more quick and responsive, actually. Hold up, give me a sec. There we go. Okay, we're getting the hang of it. I spoke too soon. The theory that the first Final Fantasy game anyone ever plays, that will forever be your favorite. So, which one will be your first? I don't know. Or whichever one you start off with will always be your favorite. Obviously, I've been eyeing Final Fantasy 7 and 10. However, the first time I was ever introduced to anything FF related was 13, I believe, with Lightning. I remember going to Best Buy, and that was everywhere. Because my introduction was definitely Kingdom Hearts. Oh man, I have to get better at this. Trial and error. So obviously, yeah, I would call like Squall, Leon, because I knew him as Leon. Cloud. I thought Cloud was an older Roxas when I first played Kingdom Hearts 2. Because Kingdom Hearts 2 was my first Kingdom Hearts ever. I'm like, damn, he looks cool. Alright, we got a rhythm going. Spirits, give me light. Guide me. Channeling my inner Julia from Tekken 4. It's gonna be a close one. Oh, we did it. Where are we off to? Ah, it really is canyons. I love this. Something about orange sunset canyons gives me very 90s vibes. Or PS1 vibes, like the... I was thinking of making a video called Top 10 Sunsets in Video Games. That's been done before, but damn, I get it. Some sunsets just hit. They hit very nicely. That sounded weird. Let's go under this little... I'm speaking too much, aren't I? But now, you know what's so trippy is eventually we're gonna see the 2010s be nostalgic. I mean, technically, we're already there. I've seen reels and videos where they're trying to replicate like the 2016 summer, which I totally get. You know, early to mid 2010s was sort of the peak of EDM, or maybe the rise of EDM, if you will. Oh, I missed it. Hold up. All right, hold on. Sorry, I had to like redo that. All right, we're back. We're about to enter the orb. And we're in. The fifth lifetime. So we're about halfway through the game. But I'm totally curious, you know, when music or film directors or TV series will start to highlight the 2010s. Because those were my teenage years. And God, man, they ruled. I mean, heck, I don't think anyone always looks back with completely fond memories. They were pretty brutal as well. Probably the darkest time of my life, but I can totally see some good moments in there. This summer, the 2015 summer where I downloaded this game, I must have been in 10th or 11th grade. I remember the games I used to play were The Last of Us, but specifically Factions. And I also started like playing more PS1 games. This was also the summer I first started playing Crash. In general, Crash Bandicoot. Oof. Crash 1, Tekken 2. I love Tekken 2. I could play that all day. That's one of my top 3 Tekkens, probably. But it was nice. This was like a second wave of the PS3 for me, because I first played this on the PS3. And I must have gotten it around 2008, 2009. And by the time, you know, I got into high school, the PS4 had already started coming out. So things like GTA and whatnot were already huge. But I was always a bit of a generation behind. Even now, like, the PS5 is currently out. It's been out for a while. But I've only just started playing the PS4 a few years ago. But hey, I mean, I save with the wallet. Everything's a bit cheaper. A generation behind. Look at this. This might be another dark memory. Thunderstorms, lightning, purples and reds. It's darker. Feels like the darkest we'll ever go through. We're almost there. Need not be afraid. There we are. Allow us to dance, even in thunderstorms. Six. Well, if I'm this far in the game, I do have to mention that the person... Oh, now we're getting options. Let's stick together any chance we got. My best friend at the time in high school, there is a bit of a association with this game with them. So I don't want to just completely disregard that they ever existed, because during that time they were my best friend. And little story is that I had met them online. I'd actually met them on Little Big Planet. And it was the same summer, actually, 2015, where I just reached out, literally just through PSN, PlayStation Network, and then we just started chatting. They were from out of state, but we quickly became good friends. And just a few years later, I actually got to meet them. They flew down here in California. And it was awesome. That was also part of my teenage years. And it's honestly a privilege that I got to experience something in my youth that a lot of people can only wish for. You know, meeting an online friend. And I've actually gotten to do that plenty of times now, but they were always the first. So while I don't talk to them anymore, that's okay. It didn't necessarily end on the worst of terms or anything. I will always, you know, kind of remember those times fondly. And I'm completely okay. Because there are tons of great people in my life now that I absolutely adore. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Wouldn't have it any other way. There we go. I just wanted it to end with a good streak there. Damn. But yeah. I don't know, I'm just processing 10 years, 2015. It's crazy. I had just coming out of a darker period. I would say 2014 was kind of my worst year ever. God damn it, I got confused. And 2015 was like a little light. That was also when I started watching playthroughs of Life is Strange. Which I hope to do a playthrough on this channel one day with Life is Strange, the first one. That's when I started recording music a little more seriously, or starting to come up with the EP that I eventually released. It's been a long time, huh? Even though it doesn't feel that long. Such a vital year for me. But yeah, if I remember correctly, where I was saying that, yeah, I got the PS3 around 2009. So by the time I was in high school, it was kind of like the tail end of that first era. But different games kind of gave the PS3 different life. Do you guys remember PlayStation Home? I think at that point it started to shut down. I forget when it officially did. But like my first few games were like Killzone 2, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction, some earlier ones, but I guess, yeah, 2012, I would say, was probably the time when most people were leaving the PS3. And that's when, like, my second era of the PS3 started. That's, like, 2012, 2013, that's, like, The Last of Us that came out. PlayStation All-Stars, which, unpopular opinion, I absolutely loved. I could play that all the time. Yes, it was filled with flaws, for sure, but I adored it. I'll stand by that. I'm totally with PlayStation mascots. I mean, there's argument that they didn't have enough mascots, but heck, I mean, as someone who grew up with, since the PS2, and then went back to the PS1, PSP, and so on, it was a love letter, for sure. But that's a video for another day. Look at us go, those rose petals. So that was 6, right? We got 3 more to go. If I remember correctly, 8 and 9 are kind of a little harder, because we're on 7. We still have some chill times here. Ooh, what kind of shape is this? This feels like water again. At the end, we can go through each level and see whatchamacallit. Perhaps the name of each level? Unless they're all just called lifetimes, because I remember the trophies actually gave them proper names. I love this light blue color. They got it going around the whole world here. And they're trying to confuse us here with the movements, but it's actually more intuitive than the previous ones. Or maybe it's just a sound effect that is incredibly satisfying to pull off. It's so interesting how, like, time, I don't know, just kind of warps, especially since 2020. I mean, everyone agrees that was kind of a time warp. Past few years do not feel like it's been 5 years since 2020. Maybe 2 or 3. Oh, yikes. I say it's intuitive and then it's not. But like, for example, when I was around in 2015, 2005 felt ancient. I guess not ancient, but like pretty far away. Obviously, I was just a kid in 2005. But like, heck, I remember, I still have plenty of memories from the 2000s. A lot of it is like waking up in the morning and someone would put the TV on. It was always MTV 63, channel 63. It would be like top 16 music videos of that day. I remember watching My Love by Justin Timberlake on the TV, and my family would laugh because the sample, the little laugh, reminded them of Betty LaFleur or Ugly Betty. So for the longest time, I actually believed it was Ugly Betty sampled in My Love. You know which one I'm talking about? My love, my love. Yeah, true story. And then yeah, just heck, that was the peak of a lot. I mean, as a boy, the appeal for me for a lot of like media was stuff like Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, or Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Shrek. I think Shrek was... everyone just adored. Everyone just loved it. Hot Wheels, Transformers with Michael Bay. That's crazy. I remember when Transformers was just brand new. That was the new thing. And now it's considered classic. Nostalgic. That's crazy to me. I remember the McDonald's Happy Meals. It was like I don't know what it was. It was like a badge. Let's say you got an Autobot badge with Optimus Prime. It was like a red badge, but then you would flip it open and then you would actually see Optimus Prime. Like in it wasn't a robot or like a transformer. It was specifically just like a photo of him. Same thing with Decepticons. Like collect them all. I wonder if I still have any. I think I had 2. I wonder if they even still do Happy Meals with toys. I'm sure they do. It's just different. Haven't gone to McDonald's in forever. And then yeah, the PS2, that was like Jak 2, Jak and Daxter. When I got into Kingdom Hearts for the first time, that was by luck. I think a cousin of mine gave my dad like just a lot of games. Like 20. It was a good pile. And then we just kind of nitpicked which ones we wanted, and my dad thought, oh well, there's Disney characters on this one, so Kevin might like it. And heck, yeah, it became ingrained into my childhood forever. But that felt like, you know, the years at that time just felt so long. But 2015 to now, I don't know. You know what? I guess I would say 2015 to 2020, each year felt different for me. 2016 had its own thing, 2017, 2018. They were all independent. But starting 2020, especially because that was the year where I quit my last job, which was Home Depot, it has felt like a blur. They just kind of all mesh together. And still, I mean, there are certain things that made each year since then stand out, but I mean, last year felt like a blur. 2023 was big for me. That was awesome. It was an awesome year. A lot of things, a lot of creative things that I got to fulfill. So I'm very happy with, we're on 8. This is when it's gonna get a little hard. Oh, see how it goes fast and slow? Oh, heck no. ...2022, that was hardcore. In a bad way. in the worst of ways, but we made it out. 2021. Yeah. This first half of the decade, I had a lot of stuff to work on. Ooh, they're getting longer. I like that one. Oh, they're probably going to continue to stay longer. Ooh. Oh, that's going to be a bit of an adventure there. There we go. Alright, I actually do have to focus this time. Oh my gosh. We can't miss the orbs. That's what progresses us. The gates just prevent us from losing them. Here we are. Any other notes that I remember from 2015? I don't recall. I bet there's so many adventures. I'd have to look back. You know, one thing I can say, I never liked posing for photos as a teen. And I totally get why. I don't blame past me, because that was a time that was just very angry. And justifiably so. I was angry at a lot of things. And the older I get, the more I realize, oh, I had a point. It was a bad era of things, but whenever my family would pose for photos, I was always a little bitter because I felt on my end, not because of them, but more, why am I pretending to be happy when in this moment I'm upset and they're asking me, hey, smile for the photo. I'm like, well, that feels kind of poserish. In my mind, I'm saying. I never said that out loud, but I just felt like, well, I'm just pretending to be happy even though I'm not. But then I look back at photos at the time. It was usually my parents that, hey, let's get a photo here. Let's take a photo. Always annoyed me, but now I look back at those photos and I'm glad that we have something to look back on. Because those are days that I don't remember as much anymore. And those photos help, you know? Little photos when we would go out, Universal Studios, or just out to eat, or when we would travel with family, friends. They're good to have. And I guess I kind of became that in my own friend group. I'm the guy with the camera now. And yes, it is important to ask first for consent. You can't just record, because I used to do that in college. I would record everything. And they would always ask, like, why are you recording? You're recording everything. But I swear it came from good intentions. It wasn't to upload on public stuff. It was for us. But hey, any advice for any other videographers of the group? Ask them first. Yes, it's worth it, because I get to show those people a few years later, like, hey, memories. But don't make them uncomfortable. Don't be that person to record everything. Live in the moment. Okay, let's focus here. Come on. No. We gotta go a bit quicker. There we go, there we go. Oh, damn it. Alright. It's gonna be this 9th one that's gonna kill us, huh? I think number 8 might be the hardest one, though. Good money, good money. Anytime I say good money, it never works out, so I should just stop saying that. I should just drop that phrase. Retire it. Ah. Started too soon. You know, I've never been that great at precision, even at guitar. I'm a sloppy player. I just want to, oh, come on. Let's finish this lifetime, at the very least, before number 9. We make it in the nick of time. Oh my gosh. That was harder than it looked, not gonna lie. We need like 2 or 3 more. Here we go. Oh yes, 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 sweet. Ooh, tornadoes. Wind. We're almost out of the blue. Not out of the blue, what the heck? We're close. We need one more lifetime. Let's go through a tornado. Woo! Diary of a Wimpy Kid was big for me at the time. The movies in the early 2010s. I remember watching that commercial on ABC Kids. Remember that Saturday bumper block? Good times with the TikTok when it was Kesha's song instead of an app. Oh wait, yeah, my bad. I stopped all of a sudden. Let's do it. Okay, I may temporarily take a small break here before our 9th lifetime. We're gonna pause here for a sec. We're back. So the last lifetime I always took very symbolically. It's basically everything we've ever gone through before. And we just have to do it one more time together. See how it's a mixture of all the different gates we've gone through. I always get stuck at the end of this one though, so we're gonna give it a go. Gonna see if we can pass this. First try. No death run. No pressure. Oh! I almost messed that up. But gosh, you know what's crazy is that there's people in my life now I couldn't imagine not being in my life. But 2015 and so on was a period of time before I knew any of them. It's like, would we have been as close if I had known them at that time, or if they knew me at the time? Because I think we needed to grow into the people we eventually did grow into to be like healthier, compatible, we needed life experience. And we're still so young. But different. In a good way. We'll make mistakes. That's part of it. Doesn't have to be perfect. But with practice, we can come out. We can come out of it. I guess that's the point that I'm learning from this game. It's not about calling it right 100% of the time. You can't be afraid of failing or making mistakes. You're going to. What is it called? Perfection is the enemy of progress. You gotta be okay with making mistakes. Heck, even it's okay to be scared too. I know that very well. Very scared of things. But we couldn't have gotten this far if we never tried. You see how we're so close to ending this game? I'm still making mistakes too at the tail end. In fact, I've probably made the most mistakes now than ever before. But that's part of it. Even if we do take a few footsteps backwards, progress is a zigzag, right? Blue is waiting for me. We just need orange. Don't worry, we're getting there. I'm too invested to stop now. Boom. All right, come on. Confidence. Let's do this. Bam. Bam. I'm focusing completely. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna just focus as much as I can to make sure we can get this done. Let's finish what we started. I say that, and I'm missing everything. All right, there we go. I even got blue retreaded. It's cool. I was trying to make it all poetic. It's okay. I think we can still pull this off. I'm just not as good as I used to be. By the way, sorry guys, I don't play as often as I did before, especially with those other playthroughs I had going on. I still want to finish Haunty, but I figured I'd give you guys give myself a full Let's Play. I think this channel deserved that, you know? Here we go. Let's do it. Come on, I'm not giving up. Still not giving up. There we go. This is it. We can do it. Don't give up. We're almost there. Send it off with a bang. Shoot. We got it. We did it. And now just one last time, we go through everything we've ever gone through before. You know what we're collecting this time? Ourselves. What up, guys? Now, admittedly, I get a little lost at this part because there's always like one or two that I miss. But there's 9 of us, so there's one. We got two. 2 pairs. There's our 3rd pair. Should have got it in order, but it's cool. I hope I don't spend too much time running around. That's 4. There's our 5th. What up? There's 6. Where could the others be? I don't think we went through this mountain, did we? If we did, I kind of skipped it. What about the tornado? See, I'm so focused that I kind of have like blurry tunnel vision for everything else. I miss some things and play through sometimes. What are we doing? We have 6, right? We got 3 more to go. Well, while we're here, we can also enjoy our time. Look at the clouds. This is our last lifetime, so I just want to enjoy while we're here. Did we come here before? Okay, let's actually focus though. I don't want to keep you guys too long or pry or overstay. Where could they be? Some lifetimes we have to look a little deeper, don't we? Oh, I saw a tail. There we go. That's 7. There's 8. Oh, that's all we needed because we are the 9th. Thank you guys for those stamps. It was a pleasure. Wow, what a ride. PixelOpus? I'm pretty sure I've heard of them before. I think they've done other games that I'm familiar with. I'm not entirely sure. But Entwined's the only one I'm familiar with. We might play a few of the little challenge mode, just a little bit, to see what it's all about. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games ever. If anything, top 10 game. I know it's very simplistic, but it came just in the time that I really needed this game. I don't know, maybe I'm just projecting what I want to see. But I don't know, it just hit very well for me. It's one of those things where it's very niche. But yeah, man, I really needed... This is a game, this is a Let's Play I really needed to do. I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna let the credits roll for a sec.
Hello?
Hello?
Sí, no.
Did you call me before?
Oh, ya se me marcó, hijo.
Okay.
Sorry about that. ¿Estás en la casa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sí, se me marcó, hijo.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye. That was my dad. But yeah, there you go. As as the credits are rolling, I'll let it roll for a bit. Any last notes before we go into the bonus little challenge games? I just look back at 2015 with good memories. Yeah, no, I just checked now. It was 2014 when this game had came out. This is one of the first times, I don't know if this game pioneered this kind of tactic, although I don't think it's ever happened often anymore, where it was presented at E3, I believe, and frickin' whatchamacallit, they were like, hey, look at this game. Oh, by the way, it's out right now. And everyone was like, whoa, because that's never happened before. Usually if it's presented, it's going to come out like a year later, minimum. But I think Entwined may have been one of the first games where the company said, hey, you can get it right now, or like tomorrow. I think for it to be totally game breaking or game changing, it was like the moment of like, yeah, you could download it right now. And I think movies have done that too. Cloverfield, the third one, Cloverfield Paradox, they announced it and they were like, yo, trailer dropped, it's out right now on Netflix, go for it. It's like, what? So welcome to the challenge mode. I've yet to unlock metal. You need to reach 120 on Earth. Gosh, this is basically just survival mode. I'll do a little bit. Should I do Earth? Just to show you guys. We're going to drop right into difficulty. It's basically everything you've already seen, but just survival. See how long you can go. I'm glad they gave us a little mode. Oh yeah, you only have 3 lives. So the score seems like it's just seconds, or like just however long you can go by default. It's not really gates or anything. But 3 lives, yeah, arcade mode, if you will. Man, I wish... Oh, damn. Oh, that's it. Oh, great. Yeah, let's do a little bit of an easier one. I'll do wood. Just to keep it going for a tiny bit more. I wish the game had a little bit more content, because I remember, I think they have a mobile version of it. I don't know if that's still in mobile stores. Mobile. But they had like a gallery mode, which I thought was really cool. I wish that was in the console version. Or just little like artwork behind the scenes, like storyboards or like concept art would have been really cool. I'm sure that's probably what's in the gallery mode anyways. But yeah, I love this game. And I mean, I will be real. What you see is what you get. So, if you're not digging the vibe, that is totally cool. I still hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Entwined. This little retrospective of the past 10 years, in a way. Yeah, definitely much needed on my end. Well, I feel like as soon as I choke, that's kind of it. Let's try it one last time. Oh. Let's do a different one. Alright, you know what? Let's do one of each. I'll do water and fire to end it off as. You know, when you're scrolling through the PlayStation's, like, just the UI, you can just like hover over a game without pressing X, and then it'll play like the music or give you like a wallpaper, like, hey, this is what you can potentially play. Sometimes I hover over the Entwined game and just listen to the soundtrack of the menu. And it brings me back to 2015, I gotta admit. Like, that is the game, that's the defining game of 2015 for me. Yeah, good times. I remember, you know, being a late bloomer with games. This was also the time I would play Black Ops the most. Zombies, Black Ops 1. And I remember my friends, shout out to Brian, Fluffy Brian, and Wilmer. Some of the others from that crew, Louise sometimes, Jovan. Yeah, we used to play... Call of the Dead was sort of the main one we played the most. Because that was kind of the only map I had. Shout out to Taj and Will when I played with them too. Taj let me game share back in the day. Remember game sharing? He basically, if you guys don't ever, I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably know what that is, but like, back in the day with the PS3, if your friend signed in into their account on your console, you could download all of their DLC, so he let me have Call of the Dead. You could do that up to like 4 different consoles, I think. Or like Sony allowed 5. Which if 4 plus your primary. Which, you know, is an extinct process nowadays. That's just, you can't do that. That's like against the rules. Whatever. I mean, it was against the rules back then, but you know, it was less of a way to get caught. This is not condoning piracy, by the way. Or argument, if you will. I'll see you at the Bay Area. Okay, that's that. Okay, I'll do that one last time, just to give us a little bit of a better run. But yeah, like, heck, I remember in Call of the Dead, there was the boss with Georgie, or Georgie Romero as the boss battle on that map. Which, you know, little urban legends before internet days. I mean, that was still, you know, the growth of the internet. What am I saying, right? But, like, the urban legend that he was invincible, and we were able to kill him, like, 3 or 4 times. Crazy. And then I didn't know, like, because his lightning was blue, right? If you kill him, it turns red. Someone gets the Wonder Waff. I used to call it the waffle gun. Anyways, now I'm just rambling. Alright, this will be the last little run I'll go through on this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a chill time. Try to keep it going a little bit longer in this last life I'm on. And we'll see what happens in our next playthrough. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll get to metal someday. You know what? I'll update you guys if I do. 120 on Earth, huh? I'll just leave it scrolling here. Yeah, we made it to the frickin' all lifetimes. I'll probably add it description or... Yeah, I'll add the description, all the different time codes of, like, the official names of each lifetime. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I can't say that enough. We'll see what the next playthrough is. Have a good one.